tonight's meeting will be recorded, with the audio recording being published on the Council website. The meeting will also be filmed and live streamed. If any members of the public do not wish to be filmed, I would like to give you the opportunity to leave the chamber now, if you so wish. Thank you. Members are also reminded to respect other members when they are talking and do not speak across the chamber when other members are speaking. All requests to speak must go through me. I would also like to remind members to please stand and use their microphone when speaking. Any member who disrupts the meeting or does not show due respect to fellow members in this chamber may be subject to action invested in me by the Constitution. Members are also reminded to turn mobile phones off or put them on silent. Before we begin the meeting this evening, I'd first like to ask Reverend Canon Darren Barlow to lead us in prayer.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Mayor. So we bow our heads as we commit this meeting to God. Heavenly Father, as we reflect upon this past municipal year, we give thanks for the service given by the former Mayor, former Councillor Barbara Rice and Deputy Mayor Councillor Terry Piccolo, and their consorts who have supported them. We pray that the insights that they have discerned during this time may inspire them in their continued service in the community, and that enjoyable memories of their period of office may stay with them throughout their lives. We pray for our new Mayor and Deputy Mayor and their consorts who will be elected this evening. We pray that the responsibilities of office may not daunt them, but give them new opportunities to serve in representing the Council in the local and wider community, and hearing the concerns of the community, bringing them to the attention of members and officers. We pray for all our councillors as they serve representing the electorate in each ward, for the leader of the council, Councillor Rob Gledhill, and for those who lead the opposition groups, Councillor Jane Pothecary and Councillor Luke Spillman. We also pray for those to be elected this evening to committees and to roles within the function of the council. Give them all the discernment and dedication they need, thick but porous skins and soft and warm hearts. We also remember and hold in prayer our MPs Jackie Doyle-Price and Stephen Metcalfe. We pray for all the staff who are employed by Thurrock Council in whatever capacity, from the most senior to the most junior, that they may have the respect of the people of this borough as they also work for the betterment of Thurrock. We thank you for all the contacts our council has with industry, business and commerce, those who provide services in our borough throughout our lives, and those who come to our aid in times of emergency. Help us never to take them for granted. Finally, we pray for ourselves as residents of this or neighbouring boroughs. Help us to take responsibility for our own communities, remembering to put the needs of others first before ourselves. So bless us and all within Thurrock this night and forevermore. Amen. Amen.
We now move to item 1, apologies for absence. I have received an apology from Councillor Potter this evening. Are there any further apologies for absence? Councillor Bill.
Councillor Lucken is on his way. It's just a bit back.
Now move to item 2, minutes. I move that the minutes of the meeting of the Council held on the 27th of February 2019 be approved as a correct record as shown on pages 7 to 42 of the agenda. Is that seconded?
Seconded, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Are there any comments on the accuracy of the minutes? Councillor Potter.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a small correction to page 20, where Councillor Worrell's talking about the great work being done
Subject to those amendments, the minutes are approved. We move on to item 3, election of Mayor for the municipal year 2019-2020. May I have a nomination for the election of Mayor for the next municipal year?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Councillor Secretary.
May I have a second, please?
Yourself, Councillor Secretary. Mr. Trini.
Are there any further nominations? Are the members in agreement that Councillor Pivotal I declare Councillor Pivotal to be elected as Mayor of Thurrock for the next municipal year. Firstly, I would like to thank all those councillors who have, for whatever reason, not returned to the chamber this year. I know the role of the councillor can sometimes be frustrating, often thankless and quite often intense, but I hope you found your term of office rewarding. I'd also like to take this opportunity to welcome those councillors that were elected for the first time. I'm sure you will find it initially rather daunting, but I can assure you that with the help of Cara and Salma, your fellow councillors and officers, you will soon settle in and make a valued contribution. I first got involved in local issues about 20 years ago when I joined the Home Committee and later became the chair of the Stamford Forum. One of our first issues was the proposal to bring in residence parking in the area to combat commuter parking. We fought the proposed time constraints and successfully got them changed. Moving on 20 years, I find that I'm still involved in parking issues in Stamford, this time with the town centre car park, so it might appear that nothing much has changed. In 2011, it was an honour to be awarded Citizen of the Year. At that time, I felt I had received the highest tribute from my peers, so it is a great honour and privilege to now be appointed Mayor of Thurrock. I will be drawing on the experience and advice of previous mayors. One example is the adherence to the time allocated at full council for questions and answers, so well managed by my predecessor Barbara. They are local council meetings, not debates in the House of Commons. During my year, I will be doing all I can to raise the profile of the many small to medium-sized voluntary and community groups that until recently for Thurrock CBS, I'm well aware of the tremendous impact that they have at local level, quite often supplying the low-level support that prevents people becoming isolated, withdrawn and requiring professional support, or encouraging activities that improve skills, fitness and well-being. To that end, I have nominated Gift Giving for Thurrock as my charity. For those that are not aware of Gift, they raise money which is then awarded to Thurrock-based community voluntary groups and nominated local people indeed. If any councillors are interested in supporting Gift, you can do this by your poll on Gift. I also intend to do all I can to promote local business. With an increase in local population, it is vital that we ensure local employment is available, reduce our carbon footprint and allow people to enjoy more quality time with their families. Thurrock is the import and export gateway for the south of England and plays an important role in the economy which needs to be recognised. I would like to thank my wife Joan in advance for her support during the coming year. It will be hectic at times, but I'm sure you'll find it in the main enjoying and rewarding. Finally, once again, thank you for bestowing this great honour on me, and I will do my utmost to carry out the role with dignity and humility. And just as an aside, this isn't part of the speech. I tried to lead by example by keeping my acceptance speech to 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 3 seconds. So it can be done. Presentations. Could I ask Barbara Rice and her consul, Councillor Gerard Rice, to come forward and receive their past mayor's badge and past consul's badge.
Congratulations to yourself, and I know you're going to make a fab job. Well done, you. I'd like to say a few messages of thanks. First of all, to Reverend Darren Barlow, who's kept me on the straight and narrow for almost for the past year, and for that I'm thankful. Thank you, of course, to Councillor Gerard Rice for being my companion and long-suffering partner in crime for the last year. Thank you, Gerard. The two girls that support us as mayors, Salma and Cara, who do most things excellently. And where would we be without Luke, our chauffeur, who is the most courteous, wonderful chauffeur you could ever meet. He's always there for you, sorting you out and making sure you're on time and doing the right thing. I just want to say also a big thank you to all the residents of Thurrock, businesses, individuals, churches, schools, everywhere that I've been. It's been an absolute privilege and an honour to be the mayor of this wonderful borough. There is so much going on here that we should all be proud of. It's been my privilege to work with the Labour group and with the Independents and also with the Conservatives. So I'd just like to say thank you all very much indeed for the time that I've spent in the chamber and the time that I've spent as mayor. Thank you very much.
I now call upon Councillor Gledhill to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. It's always twinged with a little sadness when we welcome a new mayor, because it also means saying goodbye to a previous mayor. Every mayor leaves their mark, irrespective of political party or feelings, and indeed Barbara's absolutely no different whatsoever. The community just feels so alive when the mayor is there. Indeed, I was with Barbara at the Christmas lights when they were illuminated in December. As soon as she was up on stage, it was a big roar and everyone's happy. And of course, you know, she really soaked that in. Indeed, she soaked in the photo opportunities. I'm sure it had absolutely nothing to do with the scantily clad gentleman from Aladdin that was there. I'm sure it was just medical training kicking in to make sure he didn't freeze to death that particular evening. But that and other events I've been to where Barbara's obviously been there representing Thurrock has been nothing but positive feedback. So Barbara, thank you for all your service. It has been great. And indeed, apart from the public-facing part, it's the managing of this meeting, which, let's face it, can be somewhat fraught at times. But a number of my group, on regular occasions, have said how well you managed to manage this meeting and manage us to make sure we kept on track and certainly on time. And indeed, it's something that I've said to you many times. It's absolutely fantastic to be here as a leader of the Conservative group whilst you're up there as mayor. It's a shame you've left us. You will leave your mark, and you really will be sorely missed, not just by us here in the chamber, but by residents as a whole. And of course, Mr Mayor, joking aside, obviously you've now got to step up. I say every single year. You've got to step into some very difficult shoes to manage. Obviously, in Barbara's case, it'll be very difficult for yourself. But you've got to make your own mark. Every single mayor I've said this to has made a huge difference in that big chair, and I know you will do exactly the same. You're a community-minded person. You know this side of the job as well, and I know you will keep us on track, and I know you will make sure that we are here working for the residents of Thurrock, not just our own self-interests. Thank you.
Does any other member wish to speak? Councillor Collins.
Thank you, Thank you, Mr Mayor. Firstly, I'd like to thank Barbara for all of her hard work as Mayor of Thurrock and all her years of service as a councillor for Chapter St Mary. She worked tirelessly and with so much passion to make sure our residents were heard. So I wish you the best of luck with the future and your new role in championing the health of Thurrock. I'd also like to take the opportunity to congratulate Councillor Piccolo on becoming the new Mayor of Thurrock. I know Terry has been working very hard this year as Deputy Mayor and will be a familiar face to many around the borough and the community and voluntary sector from his previous work with local groups. I'd like to wish you the very best for your year as Mayor. Representing the borough is one of the greatest honours, and I hope you enjoy every moment.
Thank you. Any else? Councillor Spill.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'd like to echo some of the words that come from both sides of the chamber. Thurrock's loss will be ever to shame, and will be sorely missed. A champion for a lot of causes, and an absolute warrior as well. Barbara's left her mark here. She's done a lot of great things, and she'll be sorely missed. Terry, I've known Terry for many years. We've worked in the same building for many years. It'll be, no one, very few people know what's going on in the local community better than our new mayor. He'll be a fabulous mayor, and he'll get all the support he needs from this group. He's always, holds himself with great dignity and great respect, and I'm I'm sure that the Chamber will show him the same respect and dignity that he shows us.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to speak? Thank you. We now move on to urgent business. I've not agreed to the consideration of any items of urgent business. We now move on to item 5, election of the Deputy Mayor for the municipal year 2019-2020. May I have a nomination for the election of the Deputy Mayor for the next municipal year? Councillor Butler.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to nominate Councillor Sue Shimmick.
May I have a seconder?
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Are there any other nominations? I therefore declare Councillor Chinnock duly appointed as Deputy Mayor of Thurrock for the next municipal year. Deputy Mayor, do you wish to say a few words?
I'd just like to say thank you for electing me as Deputy Mayor of Thurrock, and I'll do my best to serve you all. Thank you.
Item 6, declarations of interest. May I have any declarations of interest, please? Item 7, announcements on behalf of the Mayor and the Leader of the Council. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the past Deputy Mayor. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank my consul. I've changed it slightly. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my wife Joan for being my consul for the last year, and I am pleased to announce that my wife has agreed to continue as my consul. Would you please like to come up?
Council.
Mentioned earlier, I'm pleased to announce that my main charity for the mayoral year will be given to Thurrock. I'd like to thank Reverend Canon Darren Barlow for his service up to now, but I would like to announce that my mayoral chaplain will be Reverend John Guest. Can I invite Councillor Thurrock to make any announcements he wishes to make as leader of the council?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Obviously, with a busy agenda, we'll try and keep it as short as possible. First, I'd like to welcome our new councillors, Councillor Van Day, Councillor Byrne, Councillor Massey, Councillor Chipwa, Councillor Mays, Councillor Moldoni, Councillor Ralph and Councillor Smith. I'd also like to welcome back to the Chamber Councillor Baker. It's nice to see you back here. And also all those other elected members that served, retired last year and were re-elected. I'd also like to welcome Councillor Apothecary as the new Labour leader, and indeed Councillor Boccanardi as the deputy leader of the Labour group, and the Councillors in their respective roles as the independent group. Like sure, those new members, it's not normally as grand as this, it's normally a lot faster paced and a lot less photographs. And yeah, we're here to deliver hundreds of millions of pounds worth of services to residents, and it's here where you'll be able to help shape that. So never ever be afraid to ask a question, and never ever afraid to have your voice heard. This is the place for you to represent yourselves and indeed all of your residents. I will also be making very slight changes to my cabinet this evening, but in no particular order. Councillor Head will remain my deputy leader, who has responsibility for finance and transformation. With a balanced budget for 4 years and one-off surplus for many of those still, we will continue to improve our borough's finances and transform services. Councillor Holden, who has responsibility for education and health, whilst he will be having a special focus on employment skills, youth offending and mental health this year, I'm sure everyone he will continue to drive for more school places and improve the life chances of those within the borough. Councillor Cockshaw will remain responsible for regeneration and strategic highways. With the borough attracting significant investment both from government and developers, we need the tenacity that he brings to this role to attract those that we need and indeed fight against those projects that we could well do without. I won't name Thames Crossing. Councillor Aaron Watkins will now take on the role of Environment, Sports and Leisure. These two areas do tend to go hand in glove, so it's right now it's time to combine them. And I know, working with Councillor Cockshaw, they'll both help to shape the way that this is delivered across Thurrock as we move forward into the future. Councillor Johnson will remain with housing. We need to continue to ensure that all those in council homes have fit for homes, all those that are being built are the right mix, and to support those ways in the future for Thurrock. Councillor Sue Little will remain in adults and children's social care. She's done a fantastic job reshaping that, moving forward. We have other councillors coming to see how well we're doing, and indeed I couldn't think of anyone better to maintain that role. Councillor Hooley will remain in central services and communities, and the way we operate supply services and the way that those agencies work with us is key for us moving forward. Again, I couldn't think of anybody to take on this enlarged portfolio this year. I'd welcome Councillor May onto Cabinet. He will have responsibility for highways and transport. Again, as was mentioned earlier, we're a hub for logistics for not just the south of England, but literally for the whole of the world. So it's vital we keep our roads running, and Ben is certainly will be up for that challenge. Finally, I will retain responsibility for public protection and social behaviour. There's still a huge amount of work to be done in this area. It's a key issue for residents on the doors, and I will be continuing to work and support Essex Police to make sure they can deliver for a safer borough for all those that work, live and wish to invest here. I will send all members a copy of the full breakdown of the portfolio holders after this meeting. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor. Move on to item 8, report on the Localism Act 2011, appointment of independent persons. Would the leader please introduce the report that can be found on pages 43 to 46 of the agenda?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to keep this very, very short. The appointment to this role is required on the Localism Act 2011, so adding partiality into any code of conduct investigation against any elected member of the council. You'll see that both Mr Cooper, James and Mr Fairweather have been in this role for nearly 5 years, and it's intention, if agreed tonight, to continue that to 2022. I think this is certainly a common sense move. It is pleasing to read at 3.1 that the number of complaints against members is relatively low and much better compared to many other local authorities. We do get an annual report on this later in the year, which is really does highlight that we do actually behave ourselves quite well. But with that, Mr Mayor, I'll put the report as written.
Thank you. Would any other member like to speak on this report? Would the leader like to sum up?
Put it to the chamber, Mr Mayor.
Do members note the recommendation in the report?
Agreed.
Item 9, committees and their terms of reference. Would the leader please introduce the report that can be found on pages 47 to 50 of the agenda?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Again, as usual every year, this is a requirement for us to annually to set not only the open scrutiny committees, but all those committees held at the council and indeed appointed to outside bodies, and as such, I will put this to the chamber.
Would any other member like to speak on this report? Would the leader like to sum up?
Close that, Mr Mayor.
Do members note the recommendations in the report?
Agreed.
Move on to item 10, allocation of committee seats and committee appointments. I would like to inform members that the nominations of group leaders for the places allocated on committees and the nominations for chairs and vice chairs of committees have been received. The nominations to committees can be found on pages 3 to 11 in the booklet table in front of you. The nominations for chairs and vice chairs of committees can be found on pages 13 to 14 in this table. Would the leader please introduce the report? This report can be found on pages 51 to 60 of the agenda.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. And as will be outlined, it's again a requirement to outline the political proportionality to the allocated seats on the committees as outlined in the previous report. You will note that now there are 4 parties back in politics. There was a change in the percentile with Councillor Massey's independently getting just 1 seat, which has been allocated. When we come to the next item on outside bodies, I will be proposing that 51 be added to it. Other than that, Mr Mayor has written.
Would any other member like to speak on the report? Right. Would the leader like to sum up?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. As we know, the circuit group here feel that the role of overview scrutiny shouldn't be that of the administration, certainly when there is no overall control. And that is something that we'll be adhering to tonight. But equally, we do not feel it's for the administration to dictate who sits in those chairs and vice chairs. So as such, through that particular selection, we will be abstaining from votes on those particular committee roles.
I would like to deal with this vote. I would like to deal with the vote on this item as follows. Firstly, I will take a vote on recommendations 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3 on block. Are members in agreement with recommendations 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3?
Agree.
Moving on to Cleaner and Greener and Safer Roading Scrutiny Committee, we shall now move to the vote on the contested chair and vice chair position. All in favour of Councillor John Kent as chair? All those in favour of Councillor Myers as chair? Mason, sorry. I declare Councillor John Kent be appointed as chair, and by default of nomination, Councillor Myers be appointed as vice chair of the Cleaner, Greener, Safer, Odour and Scrutiny Committee. Corporate Overview and Scrutiny Committee, we shall now move to the vote of the contested chair and vice chair position. All in favour of Councillor Garish as chair? All in favour of Councillor Duffin as chair? I declare Councillor Garish be appointed as chair, and by default of nomination, Councillor Duffin be appointed as vice chair of the Corporate Overview and Scrutiny Committee. Moving on to the Health and Wellbeing Overview and Scrutiny Committee, we shall now move to the vote of the contested chair and vice chair position. All in favour of Councillor Holloway as chair? All those in favour of Councillor Rowland as chair? I declare Councillor Holloway be appointed as chair, and by default of nomination, Councillor Rowland be appointed as vice chair of the Health and Wellbeing Overview and Scrutiny Committee. We now move on to Planning, Transport and Regeneration Overview and Scrutiny Committee. We shall now move to vote on the contested chair and vice chair positions. All in favour of Councillor Kieran as chair? All in favour of Councillor Allen as chair? I declare Councillor Kieran be appointed as chair, and by default nomination, Councillor Allen be appointed as vice chair of the Planning, Transport and Regeneration Over and Scrutiny Committee. Moving on to Corporate Parenting Committee. There are vacant positions for the chair and vice chair of Corporate Parenting Committees. Would any nominations like to be made? In that case, there is a vacant position for the vice chair of Corporate Planning Committee. Would any nominations like to be made?
For the deputy position, I'd like to nominate Councillor Akin-Bowen.
Do we have a second? Moving on to the licensing committee. We shall now move to vote on the consecutive chair position. All in favour of Councillor Collins as chair? Thank you. All those in favour of Councillor Potter as chair? I declare Councillor Collins to be appointed as chair of the licensing committee. We shall now move to vote on the contested vice chair position. All in favour of Councillor Abbas as vice chair? All in favour of Councillor Potter as vice chair? I declare Councillor Abbas to be appointed as the vice chair of the licensing. Moving on to the planning committee, we shall now move to the vote on the contested chair position. All those in favour of Councillor Kelly? All those in favour of Councillor Byrne? I declare Councillor Kelly be appointed as chair of the planning committee. We shall now move to vote on the contested vice chair position. All in favour of Councillor Fletcher as vice chair? All those in favour of Councillor as vice chair? I declare Councillor Fletcher be appointed as vice chair of the planning committee. Moving on to standings and audit committee, we shall now move to vote of the contested chair and vice chair positions. All in favour of Councillor Rice as chair? Right, thank you. All those in favour of Councillor Potter as chair? Thank you. I declare that Councillor Rice be appointed as chair. By default of nomination, Councillor Potter be appointed as vice chair of the Standing Committee. Are members in agreement with the others? Agreed. We now move on to item 11, appointments of outside bodies, statutory and other powers. The nominations of the political groups are set out on pages 17 to 23 of the book that has been tabled at the meeting. Would the leader please introduce the report that can be found on pages 61 to 64 of the agenda?
Apologies, Mr Mayor. Again, we have a report that's required to set the appointments of outside bodies and statutory panels. As mentioned previously, there is one addition we'd like to make on the Hospital Task and Finish group. We have 3 seats, 2 of which are Councillor Redstall and Councillor Rigby. We'd like to offer the third one out to Councillor Fraser Massey. It seems fair to us that there's such an important issue that there'll be full consensus across all 4 groups. I would ask if Councillor Massey is happy with that nomination.
Thank you. So agreed. Would any other member like to speak on this report? Would the leader like to sum up? Would the leader like to sum up?
Mr. Mayor, I was just trying to swear I was up to my knees just now. Written, Mr. Mayor, apologies.
Appointments to the following outside college secretary and other panels are being contested. 1, the police, fire and crime panel. 2, the local government association. 3, open door Thurrock. 4, Thurrock Play Network. 5, Thurrock Sports Council. And 6, Children Community Local Development Action Group. In accordance with Procedure Rule 20.9, we will take a separate vote on each of the contested nominations as follows. Vote on the contested appointment to the Police, Fire and Crime panel. All those in favour of Councillor Redson? All in favour of Councillor Spillman? I declare Councillor Redstall appointed as representative on the Police, Fire and Crime panel. Vote on the contested appointment to the Local Government Association.
Mr. Mayor, can I just make a slight extension? I'd like to withdraw Councillor Duff from the LGA position, and therefore it will no longer be contested.
Thank you, Councillor.
Mr. Mayor. There is obviously a gift within Cabinet to appoint Councillor Duff, which is still to go on the committee, but I'm more than happy to appoint him as we've done previously.
Councillor Duffin declined. I declare Councillor Potter appointed as a representative on the Local Government Association. Vacant appointment to the Local Government Association General Assembly. Does any group wish to nominate members for the vacant appointment?
Apologies, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to nominate Councillor Lydiard. He hasn't already been nominated.
He's already on the
Councillor Rice.
Can we nominate Councillor Cathy Kent, please, for the additional vacancy?
Agreed. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Sorry, thank you for your nomination, Councillor, but I don't think with my work commitments I'll be able to take that up, so it's sorry.
Right, moving on. I think that will be decided at the first meeting of the panel. Right, we now move on to the vote on the contested appointment to the open door Thurrock. All in favour of Councillor Lydiard? All in favour of Councillor Spillman? I declare that Councillor Spillman appointed as representative to open door. Move on to the vote on the contested appointment for Thurrock Play Network. All those in favour of Councillor Akinbone? All those in favour of Councillor Mays? I declare Councillor Mays be appointed as representative to the Thurrock Play Network. We have a vacant appointment to the Standing Advisory Council on Religious Education. Does any group wish to nominate members for the vacant appointment? Leave that open, everyone. Right, we now move on to the vote on the contested appointment to the Tilbury Community Development Action Group. All those in favour of Councillor Lydia? All in favour of Councillor Allen? I declare Councillor Allen appointed as representative of the Tilbury Community Local Development Action Group. We now move on to the vacant appointments to the Prevent Violent Extremism Members Working Group. Councillor.
Yeah, there are two vacant positions I'd like to add. Councillor Alan Mays and Councillor Shannon those vacancies.
Are there any other nominations? No. Accepted then. Vacant appointment to the Allsip Hospital Task and Finish Group. Does the leader wish to nominate a member? All right. I understand that you've been dealt with. Moving on to item 12, schedule of meetings for 2019-2020. Sorry, Councillor.
Apologies, Mr. Mayor. On a point of order, would I be able to, because of the unexpected nature of the nomination of Councillor Akin-Bowen for Vice Chair of Corporate Parenting, would I be able to swap Councillor Akin-Bowen onto the committee in place of Councillor Abbas?
Yes, sir. As long as the Chamber agrees, any? Moving on to item 12, schedule of meetings for 2019-2020. The report can be found on pages 65 to 80 of the agenda. Will the leader please introduce the report?
I certainly guarantee my right here is saying it is the statutory requirement, as pretty much most of the meetings are, most of the agenda requirements are this evening. There is obviously one thing that's been noted is that in the March of 2020 there is no foreseen full council meeting. We would normally set it. I know for the past number of years we've had to skip that through to various by-elections, and I'm sure as we go through the year there might be one or two other elections, by-elections, that may throw the schedule out. However, I feel that we do really need to put one for the last available Wednesday in March before we go into Herder. I would rather have it and not have to use it than need it and not have it at all, Mr. Mayor. So with the back into the chamber, perhaps we can put a provisional one in, or whichever one is outside of Herder, bearing in mind if there's no business on that particular day, then we've obviously it's dropped as we have done in the past. With that, I move it as read.
Does the Chamber agree? You have. Some of you are a bit more experienced than I am. Or either that, we don't want the calls of the sandwiches to turn up. Moving on to item 13.
Mr. Mayor, sorry, I did put my hand up. I think.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I did put my hand up. Can I just ask why the June full council is a week early and not the last Wednesday?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm quite happy to say that the reason it's been brought forward is that on that particular evening there will be members from this chamber, senior members of this chamber, and maybe senior officers attending quite a prestigious award where we're up for Council of the Year. So it was thought that we would put it forward a week to ensure that it happens in June and that we hopefully receive the the award in person.
Thank you for the explanation, Councillor. Item 13, schedule elections and order of retirement of councillors. Is that agreed? Sorry, councillor.
Can I just say one quick thing on that report, just a general comment, really, just I don't really get much of a mention, but just I mean, I've not been here that long, but the wonderful job that electoral services do in this council. They get a lot of tough elections that have been very tight, and I think they do a wonderful job. And I just want to say thank you to them, Elaine and the team.
Right, moving on. Will members please stand for the formal close of the meeting? Members and guests present are welcome to join me for refreshments. That concludes the business of the meeting this evening, and I now declare the meeting closed at 19:58 p.m.